Immaculate Collective. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy John. Let's go. We're back. We're back. What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. It has been absolute chaos in the highest order. And yeah, it's been a minute, for real. We got lots to talk about today, so get involved in the chat. Everybody get yourselves locked in, settled in. Get yourselves a nice cup of coffee. I need my cup of coffee today. I need this badly. I think it's actually my third cup today. I'm absolutely pooped. But we keep it moving. Y'all. What's going on? Let's see. Who's in the chat today? Something's wrong with the IG. It's not working, so we're going to move on without it. We got Santi in the house. What's going on? We got Nick Bradford joining us. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Emmanuel Palomar. What's going on, my man? We got TikTok in the house. We got Manrick checking in from London. And we got Carlos joining us. And we have over about 100 of you guys joining us across the interwebs today. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get into it today. We got lots to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. I feel like we already should have done a sort of a preseason wrap up. Unfortunately, we've not had the pleasure of being able to do that. Been very, very busy. But I guess we could do it today. I guess today is just like an opportunity for me to just kind of leave the chat open for y'all. Yeah. It's going to be quite the action-packed summer. Summer, really. Quite the action-packed season, really. But at the end of the day, hopefully, what we want to do is, continue to expand and continue to grow and continue to do awesome things on this platform and continue to chase our dreams of being able to create and do things full-time and all these incredible things because... yeah, I mean, the one thing that I learned off the rip, doing the preseason tour, doing all these things is that we are truly blessed because there have been so many of you guys that I met out in the streets, out in a public that have told me so many kind things about how you truly appreciate everything that I do in terms of content and just in general. You guys have been so kind and it made me feel like we've been doing something, you know what I mean? Like we've been actually doing something, you know? And I was very proud of what we sort of have been doing because y'all really, you know, put it out there on a platter for me to see. But yeah, today I'm going to need a little bit of your help. Because I need a little bit of leading. My voice, for some reason, it's been getting strained relatively quickly. So what I don't want to do is just go off on a crazy screaming thing. What I want to do is just kind of take it a little bit, you know, one game at a time kind of approach. So what I want to do is just leave the floor up to you guys, leave the floor open to you guys, and you guys can kind of, you know, lead the conversations today and really kind of, you know, take us wherever you want us to go, you know. We got JT joining us. What's going on, JT? We got KFP joining us. He said a full-time announcement when? Not happening anytime soon, my friend. We got Ben joining us. What's going on, Ben? He says, hey, I saw you score that pen at Old Trafford, mate. I was in the crowd shaking my girl's arm screaming, that's my boy. Ben, that's sick, man. That's sick. I can't even tell you how many people... have sent me clips of me taking the pen at Old Trafford. It was so funny. Just the idea that you guys were watching the game and then just hanging out in the middle of halftime. You just recognized me taking a penalty. I thought that was so funny. Maybe we can kind of watch it together here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Because some of you guys haven't had a chance to watch it because some of you don't use other platforms. Let me see if we can just kind of do a recap together here. Let's see. Sorry guys, I just want to kind of I should have had all this stuff ready. I've just been so goosed, but I felt like I had to do it live. I haven't done it in so long. Let's see. Boom. I believe this is the clip. It's going to take about 30 seconds to download. Cannibalistic in the chat, what's going on? He says, was it from crying in the park about Jimmy? We understand Jimmy's still with us, by the way. It's not like he's gone. You know, he hasn't hit the stairs yet. Like, he's still with us. Let's not send him up just yet. No, we're not doing that. KFP19 says, also, you were streaming but never texted me back, but Jimmy... Oh, is that you, Kyle? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. Emmanuel Palomar says, man, I thought John forgot about us. Absolutely not. Of course not. Are you crazy? Of course not. Of course not. I got back super late on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I had to go back to work immediately. And I came back to some really nasty stuff, like really bad news. And then on top of that, afterwards, Monday and then Wednesday, Tuesday I was feeling quite like ill. And then I had a long meeting on Wednesday that carried over till, like 11 o'clock. And then I had another, and went to the office yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday. I went to the office on Thursday. It's just been very busy ever since I got back. But yeah, let me see if we can kind of let's watch this together first. Boom. 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 Okay. Yeah, I'm a little rusty. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, let's see. Let's see. So there were other celebrities that were also taking the pen. Yeah. So here we go. Here we go. And finally, presentation today, we have John. Thank you, John. All right, let me just walk you through it real quick before we just watch the thing, because it happens like that, right? This is the second penalty that we took. The first one I just kind of put on the left-hand side. Mind you, I am wearing Ray-Ban Meta glasses and I can't see a damn thing. And we were told, like, have fun, but entertain. Go and entertain. So I thought to myself, I was like, how the hell am I going to entertain this crowd? I'm not an entertaining football athlete. I just chat football. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? Let's get crazy with it. W's in the chat, but we're going in. Let's see. Emmanuel Palomar says, how can I join the Immaculate Collective? I don't see it on my end, sir. You probably have to do it. You might have to click the subscribe plus button. It'll give you other options as well. Atokwamina says, how was the atmosphere at Old Trafford? Oh, it was cool for a friendly. It was actually pretty. I think it was like almost sold out. It was a pretty packed Old Trafford. Yeah, it was great, man. Arafi in the chat, what's going on? He says, hello, sir. Taking as best as you could. Thank you for that, Arafi. Thank you. AJ in the chat, what's going on? He says, hey, I'm new here. I saw you on Trafford Paddock. Which new signing do you think is going to have the best season? We'll talk a little bit about Manchester United in just a second. Stick around. Thank you so much for your question. And, of course, thank you for joining us. If you guys are joining us for the first time ever, thank you. My name is John. I do football content. I talk mostly about Manchester United, but we do a lot of different things all at the same time. Everything and anywhere and everything and anything at once. You know what I mean? But thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking about the football side of things very, very shortly. So stick around. Ray's in the chat. What's going on, Ray? Celebrating 10 months of membership. W's in the chat for Ray. He says, sure, go missing for 2 weeks, then go live when I'm not home. Just forgetting us now that you are big time since Rio knew your name and making pens at Old Trafford. Hey, Ray. Thanks for the warm welcome back. Yeah. Hey, Eric's in the chat with a $5 super chat. Eric, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, he says, big shouts out to John for going out of his way to meet me in Chicago after the United game. Much respect and love, homie. Keep doing work. Hashtag Thick Like Fam. Now, for those of you that have no idea what Eric is on about, Eric is one of the day ones. He's been around for quite some time. He's been around for a very long time as one of the Immaculate Collectives. He's been one of the day one supporters alongside many of you guys in the chat, really. But I had a chance to meet Eric for the first time, and I needed to put a name to a face in person. So I figured out a time slot. I asked my ride if we can stop by real quick. Unfortunately, we didn't have the opportunity to see each other at the stadium. So I swung by Ray's hotel at his lobby, and we just connected and just chatted for a little bit. And it was a very nice time. And I'm glad that I was able to do that. And I'm glad I was able to, you know, whether it be in the spur of the moment or whatever it is, I just always wanted to say thanks for for having supported me for so long. And yeah. Now don't get your hopes up, y'all. I can't do that for everybody. All right. It just happened to be that we were very close in the area. Yeah. And yeah. So shouts out to Eric. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate you, Eric. And it was a pleasure meeting you. And I'm finally glad that we got to connect after all these years. Yeah. Matt Nice says, I saw the reveal of the E Youngin shirt. Congratulations. That's so cool. Yeah. So it's here. Crazy, fam. Guys, this is absolutely nuts. Can somebody tell me how to get rid of this glare, though? Because every time I do this, like the screen glares up. But look at this. Look at this, y'all. A signed Igangin shirt. Insane, man. Absolutely insane. Like, I can't even take this out, right? Like, this is one of those things where I can't even take it out, right? Personally signed by Igangin, 15 out of 50. Hey. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do this. Like, I can't give this one away. As much as I would love to, this one stays with me. Yeah. Speaking of which, I need to redesign my backdrop here because I want to hang that up, and I want to hang up the Korea signed shirts as well. It's going to be one of those things where I need to rearrange all this. You know what I mean? I might even just move everything and just move. Like, so like the way that my office space here is arranged is that it's kind of long. It's not wide. So the door is right here, and then it's the wall, and there's a huge window thing here. So it's kind of difficult for me to, like, shape of the office wise, it's kind of difficult for me to really have wiggle room. But I kind of do want to redecorate it. So I might just mix things up and go crazy. You know what I mean? Pretty Demon joining us. What's going on? Thank you so much. Isaiah in the chat says, John, I need your opinion, brother. Who should I get on my jersey? Third long sleeve. You talking about the black one? And you getting the long sleeve one? My man, great choice, first of all. Isaiah, great choice. Who should you get? If it's a new signing, you get whoever you want, but for me, I got me a Shesko shirt. I need me a Shesko shirt. So I got me a Benjamin Shesko shirt. But again, you get whoever you like, you know. I might get a Cunha shirt next. Cannibalistic in the chat. What's going on, my man? He says, LAFC needs to hook you up with a Sunny interview. Hey, Cannibalistic, you can say that again. Like that. KFP says, need to keep that in the collection. Absolutely, Kyle. Absolutely. Choice OBCA says, how do you see our match tomorrow? Choice, good question. Because I have yet to really think about it. And I figured, you know what? We could just chat about it here together. Let's talk a little bit about Manchester United, because tomorrow our Premier League campaign starts with a game against Arsenal. And while it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination, I still think that Manchester United, at first thought, everybody goes, ooh, I don't know about, taking on Arsenal first game. But I actually think it's kind of a good thing in so many ways, because maybe we could start by this way. The only way Manchester United, the only way this becomes a very bad first game is if we get steamrolled, And I do not see Manchester United getting steamrolled. If we lose, we'll lose, but we won't get thumped. We're not getting pummeled. If we win, we'll win defiantly and we'll have a good, strong performance. Not a convincing win, but we'll have a strong performance and a strong outing and we'll win, right? I think the good outweighs the bad completely. And I am rather confident in that Manchester United doesn't necessarily have to be a win. A draw I will take. Even if it's a loss, as long as it's we fought hard loss. You know what I mean? I'm happy with the idea that Manchester United are starting the campaign with signings that at the top of the transfer window, nobody expected. Right? So I'm already very pleased with everything that we've done so far. And I'm not here to demand the first 5 matches, 5 wins, scoring 5 goals apiece. You know what I mean? We have to be realistic in terms of our expectations, and we have to maintain that level of expectation to a relative degree of calm and cool and collected, So I actually personally see ourselves putting in I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to thump them, but I can see ourselves getting a win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Boom. Emmanuel Palomar in the chat says, John, do you remember I was shouting Shesko months ago in the chat? Y'all were saying no. Emmanuel, maybe you did it, maybe you didn't. I do not remember, but you know what I will tell you, Emmanuel? If you did that, big up yourself, because, hey, I saw Benjamin Shesko training in real life. Let me tell you. Benjamin Shesko is a big, bad boy. Huh? And boy, hey, let me see. Wait. Shesko's signature is somewhere here. I just don't know where. The entire squad signed this shirt. His signature is somewhere here. You know who did this? You know who signed the shirt super cleanly this time? Casemiro. Anyway, Benjamin signed it somewhere here. I might have to get that one framed as well. But yeah. Yeah, man. Benjamin Shesko. Woo! I'm so excited to see him. Honestly. Chad says, how are you? I'm doing great, Chad. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Urfi is said, thoughts on the third kit. Third kit, let me tell you. Absolute heater. Absolute banger. Absolute fire. Sensational. I already got one. It's coming. It's on its way. Hey, DB Cooper in the chat. What's going on, my man? He says, it's been a bit, John. Hope all is well. DB Cooper, thank you for joining us again. Hey, we're back in action. We're back. We're ready to go again. It's been a very long, busy summer. But we're back. We're back. You know what's the thing that I learned about preseason for me is that because I don't have an editing team and this time around I didn't even have Jimmy with me, I couldn't edit or do anything. Like I was so strapped for time, and I was just so strapped with just pure resources that the only thing I was really truly able to do was be there and be present wherever I was. It was very difficult. Access to memories in the chat says getting a third kick. So I got one. It's coming. He says, how often do you travel to Korea? I haven't been to Korea in mad long, and I'm so upset. If I had some money saved up, like I'm talking about to use on the side for fun, like I would be using it to go to Korea. But unfortunately, a lot of my money has been used on my content dream. But yeah, DB Cooper, I was just trying to say that like now that we're back in action and the season's the season's underway, we're here now. So for those of you that don't know what's been going on, Jimmy is no longer with us. Not in he hit the stairs. I'm talking about in terms of our the project, because he got a new job and he left out west. Sammy in the chat, what's up, my man? He says, sup, Unc? What's going on, broski? Thank you for joining us. So without Jimmy, that means that my ideas of all the stuff that I want to film is really, I'm going to be unable to do that. And that means that I have to downscale a lot more. And that also means that I'm probably going to be spending more time at home. And what that also means is that I'm probably going to be doing more live streams, and it's going to be just going back to just kind of simpler things. And just, doing things that I love to do. Not to say that I wasn't doing things that I didn't love to do back then, but we're going to have to go back to the basics, really, because I just purely just do not have the manpower. Jimmy's not here anymore, and I can't be spending money constantly hiring a camera team because I just don't have that kind of money. But yeah, so just what I'm trying to say is we're going to be back in action, and we're doing more live streams, and we're back. You know what I mean? We're back. Boom. Tavares Donaldson in the chat. What's going on? He says, Casemiro. Do you have a Rooney signature? I don't. Give us a good luck start by playing a song with that guitar. My throat is shot, but I will play a guitar. I will play the guitar at the end before we wrap, so you can stick around for that, Tavares. Dayan in the chat. What's up, bro? What's going on, my man? Thank you for joining us. Access to Memory says they're doing an icon match again, and Park Ji-sung is playing with other legends like Kaká and Henry. I know. I'm so sad. I want to go so badly. To be young again, I would love to just not give a damn about anything and just spend money on travel and not pay rent. And if I didn't have to worry about anything else, I would be on that flight to Seoul to watch my Park Ji-sung play. Oh. Anyway. Yeah. Diane says, are you looking forward to tomorrow's game? Absolutely, my man. I'm super stoked. I'm super pumped. I'm going to do a live watch along for that one as well, so you guys can come join me tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Henry in the chat. What's going on, Henry? He says, you need to tell me if this is too much glaze, John. I have the pic of me and you as my wallpaper on my phone. Hey, Henry, you can put on your wallpaper. You could put as your wallpaper on your phone whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? Don't let it. Hey, look. If you have a picture of you and your dog, you have a picture of you and me, you have a picture of you and your dad, it doesn't matter. It's what you want on your phone. It's your phone. Unless there's like a bunch of people in the chat that goes, oh, don't do that. Ciandele Mantantilo says, how you feeling about the new season? I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. I think for Manchester United, this is a great opportunity for us to build on the squad that we have right now. No European football means that we'll have one game a week, maybe twice at times for the League Cup matches or the FA Cup, whatever it is, right? It's going to give us an opportunity to build that consistency with less pressure of games. Like the constant the constant overload of fixtures makes it very difficult for a team already in the midst of some crazy transition to go through new phases of learning and football and identity. And that was what happened last season. I really think that the pressure got to us. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. I'm super, super excited. Carlos in the chat. What's going on, Carlos? He says, hey, man, what's up? Seeing you chatting to Rio at preseason. What an experience I'd say that was. Hey, Carlos. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, I mean, Uncle Rio, what a flippin' legend. What a flippin' legend Uncle Rio is, huh? I'll never forget that day for the rest of my life. I will never, ever, ever forget that day until the day I hit the stairs. I will never forget that day. To be acknowledged by Uncle Rio in that manner. And to think, you know what's crazy? To think that I wasn't even planning on going to that training session. So just to kind of tell you guys a little bit of backstory on exactly what was going on. Maybe I could pull it up for you guys and then, you know, we can kind of have it up here. Let me see. Boom. How do I do this? Away. Boom, boom. Okay. Boom. Okay, just like completely put this away. Okay, here we go. Boom. There's gotta be a bigger way. I haven't even had the time to organize my photos and all that. So there we go. Let's just do it this way. Boom. Uncle Rio Ferdinand. So just to kind of give you guys a background as to what's going on here, I wasn't even planning on heading to this training session. I had not thought about going to the training session at all. But one of my boys, shouts out Pete. I love you, Pete, so much. He's a photographer, like he's a serious sports photographer. He was also in town, and I thought that, hey, you know, if Pete wants to go and shoot some of the players for the training session, why not? Because I got the offer to come anyway. So I was like, okay, let's go. So I called up Peter very last minute in the morning. He was already awake, thankfully. And then I basically took Peter with me to go to the training session. And I was just hanging out. I was just kind of chilling. I was like just relaxing, hanging out with Peter, watching him take the photos, and then, you know, just chatting with Peter. And then Peter goes, like he's like pointing at me to turn around and look. And I turn around, I'm like, it's Rio. I was like, oh shoot, it's Rio. You know, and I looked, it was the Rio Ferdinand. And then I turned back around, and then I'm looking at the camera again. I'm like, it's Rio, right? And I'm like, you know, oh my God, that's crazy, right? And I'm like doing that. And then Pete goes, so I'm like, huh? So I turn around, and then Uncle Rio is already doing a double take, and he's like, you know, hey, what's up, man? Good vibes. And, you know, and then we had a very brief conversation, had a chat. And then, yeah, and then we did this. What a flippin' legend. What an absolute flippin' legend. Yeah, and then we had a nice little conversation, and yeah, that was that. But it's a day that I will never forget. It's a day that I will absolutely never, ever, ever forget. Just the idea that I'm hanging out and, you know, doing my own thing, and then to get stopped by the greatest defender in Premier League history, for him to recognize me and for him to say, hey, keep doing your thing. Like, to me, that was freaking crazy, man. I will never forget that day until the day that I go hit the stairs. I will never, ever, ever forget this day. Shouts out Uncle Rio. Shouts out Uncle Rio so much. Yeah. Jammy Jam. What's going on? That's a sick name, by the way. Jammy Jam. He says, Rio is involved with the Icons match in his whole career. John, got to get into that. I would love to, but unfortunately, I can't. I have a full-time job, and I need to make money, unfortunately. Like, if I got the call right now, if Uncle Rio called me, he goes, hey, John, like, pull up. Let's go hang out with Park and whatever. I would have to go, right, guys? Like, I have no choice but to go. But then that would mean that I would have to quit my job because I am out of vacation days. I am out of days to be able to use. Like, I just can't go. I can't take leave of absence from my company anymore. So that would mean that I would just pretty much have to quit. And if that happens, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, you know? But that would be a dream come true in the highest order. Like I'm telling, like I'm sitting here telling you guys right now that like, oh, I can't do it. I have to be responsible. But if I do get that call, who the hell knows? I might go crazy. You know what I mean? J Rod in the chat, what's going on, my man? He says, where in the West? Like California West? I don't know how much Jimmy wants me to disclose. I just don't. I don't think it's my place to tell people exactly where he and when and what he's doing and all this stuff. But yeah, he's moved out towards the West. Emmanuel Palomar says the ceiling is so incredibly high for Šeško. We finally have a real 9. Look, I don't want to sit here and badmouth Rasmus because I'd like to think that he was actually trying very, very hard, you know. And I still think there's a decent player there. You know, it's not like he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. It's just that it didn't work. And if he stays, he stays. But if he leaves, then unfortunately that's going to be the case. And, you know, then Benjamin Šeško will have to lead the line for Manchester United. But yeah, I mean, it's a good sign because I think Benjamin Šeško is a quality player and I think he offers a lot. Access to Memory says, recommend me a name set for the third kid. I'm getting it. Access to Memory, super simple. Benjamin Šeško. Yeah. Everybody's, I heard a bunch of people saying like, I don't know if I want to get number 30 on my back. Benjamin Šeško is going to go sicko mode. Trust. Carlos says, if you get that call, F the company. I wish it was that easy, Carlos. I really wish it was that easy. But unfortunately, that isn't the case. Aris Jackson, thank you for following on Twitch, my man. Appreciate you. Did you exchange numbers with Rio? No, but we've been following each other on Instagram. So if there's anything that he needs, and his team knows my number, and you know we stay in touch. So if he needs me for anything, you know how they know how to. If his team needs me, or his team needs to reach me, they'll reach me without a problem. You know what I mean? Rio can like, he can make it work. You know what I'm saying? AF Park in the chat, what's going on? He says, soon John's background is going to consist of only football jerseys. I don't know. I might just actually leave it like this. This kind of looks nice right now. Like with this wide, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know what I mean? It's actually not bad. Ray says, quit your job and ask for a job at Trafford Paddock and move there. The last thing I'll ever do is work with Trafford Paddock. I'm just playing. I think they're good with the squad that they have. They don't need me. If anything, I would love to go work for Shoot for Love, which is Park's, like the squad that Park works with. That would be a dream come true. If they ever need an English speaking Korean, I mean, Sejam Hyung and the squad, they speak English perfectly fine. But you know, if they need like a New York kind of Korean, you know what I'm saying? Something a little different, you know. I don't know. I'm just chatting nonsense. Katie in the chat, what's going on, Katie? She says, I got Bruno on the third kid as I needed the number 8 kid. That's a good, hey, Katie, that's a good cop. I like that. Aris says, wait, are you live on Twitch? Yes, I am. Exactly. Jammy Jam says, with Son in the States, I wish Shoot for Love channel gets in touch with John. For real, it would be a great match. Everybody in the chat, W Jammy Jam. Jammy Jam, that would be awesome. And I want to manifest that because I think at some point we will get in touch and we will have a conversation. But yeah, that would be awesome. That would be super, super, super duper awesome. Super duper awesome. Yeah. AF Parker says, shout out for All Time Devils all those years ago when I first joined your Immaculate Collective. Yes, absolutely, AF. You know what's crazy is while I was I mean, I've heard this many a times throughout the tour, but this was the first tour where I was actually genuinely getting stopped by so many people. And it was one of those experiences that I'll never forget because so many folks, in addition to tell me like, oh, I want your content, I'm a big fan of yours. And in addition to all that, the things that they were saying was incredible. They were referring to some of the stuff that went on back in the Full-Time Devil days, talking about that time when, my grandpa, shouts out to my grandpa, when he appeared on camera with just his boxers, like so many people were actually referencing moments from the FTD days, like the Devil's days. And, that just goes to show that they were actually watching and they were around for that long. And so many people were telling me the thing that like really genuinely like got me super emotional was so many people came to me and they were like, John, like, I'm so proud of what you do, but the thing that I really, really, really am happy about when I see your content is that in the midst of all the negativity and the darkness and all the difficult moments that we experienced as United fans last season, like your videos genuinely brought so much hope and brought my like anger and controlled my nerves. And they were saying all these incredibly kind things to me, and I can't even tell you how moved I was. I was so grateful and I was so emotionally moved. I was so thankful, and those moments were so powerful. It was so powerful. I can't even tell you how powerful those feelings were. So if you were one of those folks that pulled up, whether it be in New York or in Chicago or in Atlanta or even in Manchester, I just want to say thank you. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Martin Astoria, NYC in the chat. What's going on, my man? He says playing FPL. Yes. So normally Jimmy would be the one helping me set up all the FPL stuff, but because he's not here, I'm gonna have to take care of all that stuff on my own this time around. I might actually just build out more mods on my platform. So if you guys are interested in being part of my mod community, not only would you mod the chat and whatever, but you would also be a part of the mod community that helps me regulate the channel and do all these things. But also you guys, whenever I drop merch or whenever I drop exclusive things, you guys get first dibs and you guys get discount codes and all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in being mods on my platform and whatever, and you'd like to submit an application, go find the link in my bio. There is a mods submission sheet, so go check that out. But yeah, let's see, I don't know what's going on, guys. My voice is already getting chopped up. I'm feeling tired. So I'm getting more exhausted quicker these times. Let's see. J Quest John in the chat. What's going on, John? He says, hello, John. What are your expectations for this season? Expectations for this season. I want us to get up to top 5 at least. That would be so sick. That would be so sick. Top 5 would be absolute vibes. It'll be difficult, but I think it can happen. You know what I mean? I really think so. Dillick in the chat says, big game tomorrow. Excited? I'm so stoked. I can't wait. I'm going to do a live stream for the watch along so you guys can come join me tomorrow as well. It's going to be sensational. Hey, what can I do for you? Okay. Let's see. Vispo in the chat. What's going on, Vispo? Katie says, New York, New Jersey was epic. You got so much amazing support. I love seeing it. As well as you showing up, Katie. Thank you for your support as well. Greatly appreciated your help. Honestly, so many of you guys helped. Henry helped, Katie helped, and so many of the Immaculate Collective was there helping out. It was such a heartwarming moment for me. There's an Alejandro Garnacho bomba. I don't see anything. Who dropped this bomba? Dillick, do I have a Discord? Yes, you can find all of those links on my Instagram, on the bio, the link in the bio. It's got all those connections. Where is this? Where y'all seeing this bomba? Dillip says, hey, John, did you just start the stream? Well, I've been going live for about 45 minutes now. But yeah, welcome. Join us. Come and have fun. Joshua says, besides Seshko, who else are you excited to watch play this season? I'm actually very, very excited about the whole squad in general. I'm super excited about Lenny Yoro. I'm excited about Cubby Mainu to see where he fits. I'm excited to see my boy Bruno. I'm excited to see Cunha. Just the front three as well. Cunha, Mbumo, Sheshko. I'm also excited to see what role Joshua Zirkzee has in this side. I'm also excited to see Mason Mount, to see where he fits here, to see how much Manuel Ugarte develops this season. Like, I'm so excited for so many of things this season. You know what I mean? I genuinely am so hyped. So hyped. Dillock says it's not there. Oh, there should be a Beacons link. Let me check. I just want to double check. Boom. Let me see. Boom. Yeah, the Beacons link is there. You can click the Beacons link and then it should send you to the Discord. Oh, the Discord link is not there. I see what you're saying. Dillick. Hold on. I will put that in just a second, yeah? After the stream, I will fix that for you. Thank you for letting me know, Dillick. I really appreciate you on that. I actually thought that was already there, but I will fix that for you. Thank you. Joel Liso in the chat. What's going on, Joel? Joel Liso, he says, hey, John, I love your new look. Thank you, Joel Liso. Appreciate that. Thank you for your kindness. AF says, the goalkeeper position is making me so nervous, John. Look, guys, we have to remember, we were never going to fix every position all at once. We had this exact conversation a few years ago. I told many United fans who were arguing with me and actually quite vocal in a bad way to me about how they were upset that David De Gea was going to stay and we needed a new keeper and la. And we ended up getting Andre Onana. And that's cool. Like, getting Andre Onana is cool. Like, I think that Andre Onana was a good keeper and he still is a good keeper, right? But we needed to spend more money on proper goal threats. We needed to spend money on a proper number 9, a Harry Kane. We needed to go all in on Harry Kane that season. We needed to go all in on a serious, proven number 9, right? Instead, we bought Erasmus Højlund for 70-something mil, and we dumped all of that pressure of leading the line for Manchester United. Yeah? To have a young, how old was he when he joined? 20, 19, like however old he was. To have him, the world on his shoulders, was never going to be easy and was never going to be fair. We're in the same predicament. And the one thing that I love about Manchester United right now and what we're doing with Jason Wilcox and Omar Berrada and Ruben Amorim, what are we doing right now? We're doing things right. Last season, one of the biggest problems for Manchester United was what? The lack in goal threat. We could not score goals to save our lives. We just could not create chances and we couldn't score goals. So what did we decide to do? We went into the market. We spent big on not just any player. We spent big on Prem-proven players that the two Prem-proven players in Cunha and Mbumo, you combine the two of them and the two of them as a pair alone had over 50 goal contributions in the Prem. That is a statement. Bringing in Sheshko, a new number 9, rejuvenating and refreshing our front line, the front three, the attacking trident, really. We needed the change. We needed to address the number 1 priority, and that was addressed. What more can you ask for? We're already making smart decisions. I'm proud of Man United because we're learning from our mistakes and we're doing things smarter, more efficiently. And that's why I like Jason Wilcox and Omar Berrada and what they're doing. For example, another thing that maybe we can touch base on is the preseason tour. Last season around, there were reports that the Manchester United players and the staff and everybody was so exhausted because they had to fly all over the place, right? They had to go West Coast, they had to go East Coast, back up and down, flying back and forth. There was a lot, you know? But what did Manchester United do this time around? They had a headquarters in Chicago. That's where they were headquartered, right? And it wasn't in a place in the middle of nowhere in New Jersey. It was a place in Chicago where it was a good price and a fantastic facility. Shouts out to the Chicago Fire. Yeah? They stayed in one place, stayed fit, stayed healthy, and stayed consistent. And whenever it was match day, they would fly out to New York and fly out to Atlanta. That's smart club management. It's things like that that help players to optimize their best potential. Yes, the players get paid a lot of money and they should be doing their part in traveling and doing all these things. You're absolutely right. It's their part to show up for the fans, and they do. But the thing that I really loved is that they were able to be smarter about it. We learned from our mistakes, and they got it right this time. We learned from our mistakes in the transfer window. It's not going to happen overnight, y'all. I told y'all before. I even told y'all in April. This thing is going to take multiple transfer windows to fix. Nobody thought that things were going to happen, but I said, let's stay patient. Thankfully, we signed players, but we still have a lot of work to do. A lot of the players that don't want to be here. By the way, I don't know who coined them, the Manchester United, what were they called? Like the bomb squad or something? I don't really like that term, but those players that need to leave. There's no guarantee that we're going to sell them at the end of the transfer window. In an ideal world, we sell them, but there's no guarantee that all of them are gone. Marcus Rashford's deal is done, but Jadon Sancho's still around. His deal is still not done. Garnacho's deal is not done. Anthony, I have no idea what the deal is with him, and Tyrell Malacia as well. We don't know what's happening to these players. There's a very, I want to say high chance, but there is a chance that it's a very probable circumstance that they can also still stay for another season or another transfer window. It's going to take time, and that's why I've always been crying out for patience. And by the way, I loved it when we were out in preseason tour, and so many people were like, John, I saw your videos. You were talking about being patient, and we were patient, and it finally paid off. You were right, man. Being patient. And I was like, look, it's not me that made this happen. And nobody knew that being patient was going to give us this kind of reward. But being patient helps us to feel like, hey, it helps us to realize that this was always going to be a very difficult thing. I think we got blessed in so many ways, but we still have a lot of work to do. Do you know what I mean? Joe Liso says, I'm so happy you called my name on your live. I hope I can meet you in person someday. Hey, I'm sure we'll have many opportunities. Thank you so much for joining us in the chat today. Mike Sarah says, did you see Indicala latest about Baleba? What did he say? Irvy says attacking Trident. Nice. It's the front three. It's the attacking Trident, James Adams in the chat. What's going on, James? He says, we should have offered to loan Baleba back for the season. He's going to have the pick of the bunch next year. It was always going to be tough. We already spent so much money on Šeško, Cunha, and Mbumo, and we haven't really sold anybody just yet. We've let go of Rasmus on loan. Not Rasmus, Marcus, with an option to buy at the end, but we still haven't really generated much money. It hasn't really come in. So can't really operate that way. You know what I mean? Cannibalistic says, can't score as many if the defense can't get the ball to the forward line. That's also very true. Cannibalistic, that's also very, very true. King Richie says, I am concerned about our midfield options. The defense starts the progression of the attack, right? It starts the build-up phase from the keeper to whichever, right? The midfield has to transition that. Of course, like King Richie says, like you say, Cannibalistic, at the end of the day, just because we fix our front three or we replaced our front three, I'm not even going to say we fixed it because we don't know how well they're going to perform just yet, right? I would love to think that they will, but I don't want to put that pressure on them. There's still many changes that need to happen. We still need to identify exactly how we're going to play, what's going to be our best 11, because I really don't think that even Ruben Amorim at this moment really truly knows his best 11 just yet. He needs to figure out which midfield two he wants to work with. He needs to figure out what's his best back three, who's his wing back options. Those things he needs to figure out, and that's still going to take time. Last season was too much about oh my God, how the hell do we stop the fire from spreading? This season, everything has already burned, and the new seedlings are beginning to sprout. The ideas have been planted, and from the ashes, the hope and all of these things are sprouting, and we're very excited about all those things. But at the same time, just because they're sprouting doesn't mean that they're going to stay growing and it's going to be a beautiful beanstalk and everything's going to be fantastic. No, it's going to take time. These things are all going to have to continue to be meticulously built out, Femi, thank you for the heart. Appreciate you, Femi. Thank you. AF says this is exactly why I think the Rasmus hate was uncalled for. The kid needed our support. I understand the criticism, but I always felt like the hate was a little forced by so many people. And that's why I never piled on it, because I think it's awful to see what he was having to endure. Yeah, his football might not have been good. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. But to say that he was like to a point where he wasn't trying or all these things that went over the top, I felt like it wasn't it didn't vibe with me. You know what I mean? Sir Philly Mahapa joining us from South Africa. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Joshua Rodriguez says, if 343 falls, I can see 5122. 5122. J-Rod says, from the ashes we rise like the phoenix. Vispo says, we already lost, by the way. United Trey is going. Oh, is he going to the game? Okay. Johnny P says, hello, John. What's going on, Johnny P? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think, where I'm gonna probably leave today's stream. We're almost hitting the hour mark. Tomorrow we'll do a lot more of that. I'll probably come live a little bit earlier tomorrow, just so that we can kind of, you know, catch up a little bit more. I know it's been very, very a busy past few weeks from us, and I've been kind of away from the whole YouTube and the live scene, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. And hopefully I can regain my fitness and get back into match rhythm. You know what I mean? But yeah. Dilla guest, I'm going to fix that as soon as we get out of here. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Today's conversation. We'll be back. We're going to continue to get back into the rhythm of things. Bispo says, do you agree that Ugarte needs to go? Absolutely not. Bispo, you and I will fight on that front forever. Ugarte ain't going. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate y'all, for real. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back tomorrow, so keep it locked here for the Manchester United versus Arsenal game. It's going to be very, 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 very fun. I promise y'all, it's going to be good times, yeah? Thank you, guys. As you can tell, I'm still not all that fully recovered from the illness, but thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate every single one of you guys for checking in today. It was so much fun today. I know I'm a little bit mellow, but again, like I said, I was recovering from a bit of my body was going through the paces a little bit. You know what I mean? Cannibalistic says, congrats on the 15K. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we'll talk about the 5-1-2. I don't even know where to start on that, but we'll definitely talk about it. But thank you guys so much, for real, from the bottom of my heart. It's been so much fun. And we'll talk more about the preseason, and we'll talk more about all of the things, because we're doing a huge giveaway for celebrating the 100K Immaculate Collective on Instagram. We're going to celebrate all that stuff. It's going to be fun. Yeah. So come join us tomorrow. Live here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all of the platforms. Come join us. It's going to be fun. But a Manchester United versus Arsenal game. That's it for me for today. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow. Just make sure, hit the subscribe button so you know, and hit the bell so you know exactly when I'm going live. Yeah. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. Be happy, be healthy, take care of all your loved ones. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.